music and politics and music and art is something that have merged my existence. Everything has come together and that's it. That's the story.
Well, you mentioned a song. You want to do that song?
Sure. My grandmother. This is a song about my grandmother, but it's really a song about Henry Ford too. So I wrote this song when I read a little piece about Henry Ford and the fact that he was this great person. And I thought, wow, all these people get such credit in history books for what they've done, but my grandmother's done such great things and she never has. So my grandfather drove a brand new Ford right before he passed. Was a safe US-made machine, perhaps he thought it would last. He wouldn't buy VW German-made, was the Jews the Germans killed. He lived in the idealism, the shadow of World War II. Adolf Hitler, he worshipped Henry Ford, he had a picture upon his wall. He quoted his anti-Jewish words from his rise until his fall. Adolf talked of the day that he'd come to the States and shake hands with the entrepreneur. He funded the Ford presidential campaign, changed the nation to the core. We respect these men for what they have built, worship them for their goals. We feel no remorse about the darkness of their souls. Chris Columbus, he sailed 3 beautiful ships and extended the Spanish name. And yes, he was a pioneer, but a murderer just the same. To the New World he brought death and disease to the natives and to his crew. And since there are already people here, what did he really do? We respect these men for what they have built. We worship them for their goals. We feel no remorse about the darkness of their souls. Washington, Jefferson, they did some stuff, a credit to the bourgeois race. They fought some important battles and they traveled all over the place. But both of these men owned their own slaves. Why do we muddle this truth? Is our nation's foundation so weak that this is what we tell our youth? We respect these men for what they have built, worship them for their goals. We feel no remorse about the darkness of their souls. My grandmother, she organized workers 60 years ago. She stood against McCarthy and to raisins she said no. And if you dig below the glory and the struggles that she overcame, you'll find a peaceful person and a mother just the same. But in history books we read of these men and the battles that they've won. What kind of people were they when these glorious battles were won? My grandma should be in history books, and a paragraph should say, this woman had a luminous soul that sheds light on us today. But we respect these men for what they have built, worship them for their goals. We feel no remorse but the darkness of their souls. Darkness of our souls.
Peter Siegal, live in the WLRN studio. That's a very interesting song.
Thank you.
The name of it is?
My grandmother.
Yeah. Do you get, what kind of, did your grandmother ever hear that song?
No, I wrote it after she passed away, yeah.
What kind of responses do you get? I mean, calling Henry Ford a fascist, I can't imagine you endear yourself to a lot of folks when you do that.
It's true, but it is sort of undeniable. I mean, I don't